How's it going, friends? Yes, you guessed it. I was in the hospital for a couple weeks. I won't get into how or the circumstances around the hospitalization, but I assure you it wasn't criminal at all. There are many things to know about being committed to a mental facility. One thing to keep in mind is you can either be voluntary or involuntary. Some people might not feel well and they just say, "Oh, I might well go voluntary," and that can happen. And sometimes when you're really not feeling well and you refuse and you're being violent or a danger to yourself and others, as they say, you'll get involuntary committed. Now, sometimes you can be voluntary, which I was, and then end up involuntary. So that's what happened to me. Now, doctors and most are the ones who decide it, so that's how it is. Now, doctors in most mental facilities are only allowed on the floor, or only on the floor. They're allowed anytime, but they're only on the floor for like 2 hours a day, sometimes only 2 hours a week. But they only talk to you for a few minutes per however long you're there, and they just say good morning or something, and they already come up with a diagnosis and medication for you. It's insane, and yeah, and when they come up with this diagnosis, they can involuntarily commit you. Now, if you are IVC'd, you do get to meet with a outside attorney who will come over and talk to you for a few minutes and try and ask if you want to appeal before a judge. This is usually a trap because if you agree to it, you would have to wake up early in the morning to be in front of a judge without much time to prepare, and about 99% of the time, the judge will rule against you and you'll be in the hospital longer because judges usually will just say 30, 60, 90 days. That's how judges are. So, yeah, if you try to fight it, you'll be there longer. So, try not to fight it. Unless they do something really, really bad. There's also someone who works in the hospital called a patient advocate. So, if you do have a complaint, their job is to handle complaints and do in-house investigations. Now, they can be biased against you sometimes and focus on the hospital, but, they're a safe bet. Now, food in a mental hospital is usually really good. A lot better than prisons by a large distance. However, you only get seconds if the doctors approve of it, so fat guys like me don't get fatter. You do get a lot of snacks between meals, though, like crackers, chips, and sometimes ice cream. It just has to be during the approved hours, and you might not want to miss snack time. You could be pretty cranky. Now, boredom is one of the worst things about being committed. Hospitals almost unanimously provide books to read and color while you are there. Those small activities may seem ridiculous, but believe me, you do not want to sit there idle all day. It'll make your condition worse. Hospitals also have a TV room for you to watch shows, so that can be a good thing as long as everyone agrees with the program in question. Also, hospitals are legally required to have a phone for any patient to use to phone family and friends. Just only use said phone to make calls less than 10 minutes and only one non-consecutive phone call. No one there likes a phone hog. There are also visitor hours during the day that you and your friends and family can schedule, but only if approved and the guests are 18 years and over. You don't want a bunch of little kids in there. One of the best things to do to fight boredom is to go to the therapies they offer. A lot of patients, when they arrive, just want to stay in bed all day instead of attending the groups, but I highly recommend you attend. It'll not only fight boredom, but help with your discharge. Also be kind and show respect to everyone you come in contact with at the hospital, especially the other patients. You don't know why they're there. It's none of your business as to their circumstances, but you don't want to be messing with them or fighting with them, They're ordinary people too, a lot of them, Sometimes they just fall in hard times, So it's best to treat them with kindness and respect, like everyone deserves, and to avoid fights and contention. So that's something to think about. Well, that's it for this video. My name is Isaac Woolsey, the autistic comedian. Be sure to Like, subscribe, and comment, and share. And don't forget to let the notifications, put the notifications down there. But be sure to share it with your family and friends. Well, I'm Isaac Woolsey. Peace out.